Welcome to the PCFL Show. On this week's episode, we've got Week 3 highlights, Week 4 previews, and 3 quick questions with the Modesto Raiders. So sit back and enjoy the show. The PCFL Show is brought to you in part by FPS Design. Graphic and web design, sports marketing, and more. Go to fpsdesignstudios.com. Also by Hat Tricks Music and Media, audio production, graphic design, social media management, and more. Hope everybody had a good weekend. Let's get right to 3 quick questions with the Raiders. First up, Christian Spence. Has football helped you develop into the man you are today?
I believe it has. Football teaches you leadership qualities that I've used through my personal life, my adult life, and my career life. I believe that it's a great quality to have. And the brothership that you have out there shows you the type of person that you really are.
Bonus question. What do you love most about the game?
I love the fact that you can hit the snot out of someone and it'll be perfectly okay, as long as it's legal.
I'm sure every player watching is nodding their head in agreement. And the next question is for Derrick Hopkins. Derrick, what's the best football-related advice you've ever received and from whom?
The best football advice I've ever received actually came from my father, and he told me the early bird gets the worm. Basically what I took from that is no matter how much talent you have, if you're not going out and putting in that extra work, the guy that's out there actually getting it will eventually succeed you, and he will be rewarded in the end.
Thanks, Derrick. And the last question goes to Frankie Martinez. Frankie, what do you love most about the game?
It's the grind. Every week, you gotta grind to become, great in this league. The PCFL is one of the toughest leagues out here. Semi-pro. Don't get no better. We out here grinding every week. We're the best. That's what I say. Can you be the best?
I think that's what everybody's striving for. Thank you, Christian, Derrick, and Frankie for being on 3 quick questions. Now let's get to the highlights. The Patriots get on the board first as Jamie Jensen hits a wide-open Ray McPhee for the touchdown. And in the second quarter, same combination, same result. The Spartans respond by driving into Patriots territory, but the defense starts to clamp down. The Spartans go for it on 4th down, but the pass is picked off by Dominic Barnes. And a few plays later, Jamie Jensen hits Kenny Pope for the touchdown. The defense keeps the pressure up, and Jason Walker and DeMarcus Miles team up for the sack. And Icy Turner takes the fly sweep in for the score. And kicker Danny Betancourt hits his 3rd PAT of the day. There's a flag on the play. Jamie Jensen has a free shot and hits Charles Moore for 33 yards and the touchdown. And kicker Danny Betancourt puts another PAT through. He finishes 5 for 6 on the day. And the Patriots scoring is capped as Hasheem Houston takes it in from 10 yards out. And your final score is South Bay Patriots 41, Salinas Valley Spartans nothing. The Delta Valley Falcons jumped out to a 17-0 lead and held it for most of the game. The Jets scratched and clawed their way back the whole game, and in the last few minutes they took the lead with this touchdown pass to Juan Valencia. But the Falcons were determined not to let it slip through their talons. And on this final play, they seal the deal and celebrate. And your final score is Delta Valley Falcons 23, Merced County Jets 18. Walker Cabling is a professional structured cabling contractor that specializes in data center, copper cabling, and fiber optics. Design, builds, TIs, moves, seismic bracing codes and regulations, maintenance, and more. Walker Cabling provides custom infrastructure installations in order to help your company meet its communication needs. For more information, go to walkercabling.com. Walker Cabling, quality matters. After an early Sun Devils field goal by Pascual Gonzalez, Terrence Bell hits Lee Slaughter, which sets up this touchdown run by Carl Michaelon. In the second quarter, Bell hands off to Joe Ramos. I can't see from this position. Can we cut to the drone? And Joe Ramos takes it 48 yards for the touchdown. They say luck is when preparation meets opportunity, but sometimes it's just luck. Bell pitches to Michaelon, pitches back to Bell, who hits Ryan Beretta for the touchdown. The Sun Devils responded by driving down the field, but Daniel Garber comes up with the interception. And the Rattlers would capitalize as Terrence Bell rolls out and hits Ronald Castro for the touchdown. Durante Johnson also takes it in from 19 yards out for the score. Arthur Bernard comes up huge for the Sun Devils as he blocks the kick, scoops the ball, and takes it 45 yards for the touchdown. And the Rattlers cap their scoring with a couple of Terrence Bell touchdown tosses to Lee Slaughter. And your final score is North Bay Rattlers 52, California Sun Devils 10.
You are watching the PCFL Show with your host, Angry Mike.
Luis Ruiz runs in the first touchdown of the game for the Raiders. An interception by Steve Hallowell sets up the Raiders in good field position, and Chris McLeod finds Jacob Parks for the score. The underdogs answer back as Kyrie Hunt tosses it up and Raymond Griffin makes a great play on the ball for the touchdown. And Kendrick Nelson takes it in for the two-point conversion. After a fumble recovery by Derrick Hopkins, the Raiders try to extend their lead. Here, Chris McLeod escapes a sack and then finds Frankie Martinez for a deep fade that sets him up in the red zone. And John Willis takes the handoff and takes it in for the touchdown. Brian Sadie's extra point is good, and your final score is Modesto Raiders 25, Sacramento Underdogs 8. Some hard running by Jordan DeLeon takes the Stallions deep into the Lions' territory. Jake Heronshaw hits Alfredo Perez in traffic, who takes it down to the 5-yard line. And Jordan DeLeon punches it in for the touchdown. But the Lions answer back. Jay Calvin takes the kickoff and returns it almost the distance. That sets up this touchdown run by Terrence Gentry. And no, he was not down. And your final score is NorCal Lions 14, Silver State Stallions 12. And in other scores around the league, the Capital City Fury jumped out to an early lead and defeated the Elk Grove Kings 60-12. Let's take a look at our Performers of the Week. From the smallest of buildings to the largest, the simplest to the most detailed, and everything in between, Crandall Roofing is the company for your next roofing job. Schedule your free consultation today. Go to crandallroofing.com for more information. Crandall Roofing has you covered.
You're watching the PCFL Show.
Week 4 brings us some intriguing matchups. Now that they've got a couple games under their belt, the underdogs look like they're shaking the rust off. Now they're looking for a win. The Falcons have the hat trick record of 1-1-1. Their win over the Jets came at a good time, and they need to keep that train rolling and improve their conference record. The Sacramento Underdogs take on the Delta Valley Falcons this Saturday at Heritage High School. Kickoffs at 3 o'clock. The Dogs go on the road to the Sun Devils in this cross-tier matchup. How they travel is going to be crucial to see how they compete against a Tier 1 team. While the Sun Devils have played some tough teams right out the gate, it's not all on the opponent. Many of their mistakes have been their own, and if they can correct that, they can win. The Fresno Dogs Elite take on the California Sun Devils this Saturday at Harrison Stadium. Kickoffs at 1 o'clock. Sponsored by Anytime Fitness. The Jets almost had the comeback story of the week, but let it slip through their fingers. Can they go on the road to Reno and pull off the upset? The Stallions are in a similar place as the Sun Devils in the sense that they've lost a couple of games to tough opponents. Can they also correct some of those self-inflicted mistakes and pull off the win? Jets, Stallions, DeMonte Ranch High School, 6 o'clock this Saturday. Sponsored by the National Championship Air Races. Well, I didn't do it on purpose, but here's another instance of minimizing the self-inflicted damages. The Kings need to stop the turnovers to have a chance of beating the Raiders this weekend. The Raiders are coming off a bye week, so we'll see if they're rusty or refreshed and ready to run it right at the Kings. Whether that's wrong or right, that was a lot of R's. The Elk Grove Kings take on the Modesto Raiders this Saturday at the House Modesto. Kickoffs at 12 o'clock. Sponsored by CalFit Manteca. Family owned and operated. Call 209-239-2429. Two 2-1 teams face off in what potentially could be a playoff preview. Both teams are settling in, but somebody's got to win. While the Rattlers have given up some scores on special teams, the Lions have been able to take advantage and score on special teams. Will that be the difference in this ballgame, or will it be a Bell Hollis shootout? The North Bay Rattlers take on the NorCal Lions this Saturday at Mountain House High School in Tracy. Kickoffs at 4:15. While the Patriots' offense and defense have been great, their special teams have been outstanding. Danny Betancourt is the league leading kicker by far, and their coverage units consistently pin people down. The Capital City Fury started off rusty, but seem to be shaking that off. Their offense is on par with the Patriots' point total, but can their defense and special teams step up to give them the edge? The South Bay Patriots take on the Capital City Fury this Saturday at Foothill High School. Kickoffs at 6:30. Sponsored by Built to Hustle Clothing and Apparel. Keep an eye out for the website soon. Well, that's it for this week's episode. To get more information about the PCFL, catch up on stats, or the latest news, go to thepcfl.com. Be sure to follow us on Twitter at the PCFL. If you're on Facebook, like our page and share the PCFL Show links. And last but not least, subscribe to our channel on YouTube. That's youtube.com/PCFL Media. I'm your host, Angry Mike, and I'll see you next week.